Good morning, students. So today I am going to discuss about the plant cell structure and animal cell structure. And today I am going to discuss about the organelles in detail. So let us see what are the plant cell structure and the animal cell structure. So this is the plant cell structure, and there are the two walls present. Two walls are present here, the cell wall and the cell membrane. Then we have the big vacuole. Then we have the chloroplast, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, perioxium. Then we have here the cytoplasm, nucleus, rough endoplasmic maze with the ribosomes, small ribosomes, Golgi apparatus. Then we have the mitochondria, and the chloroplast is the main difference between the plant cell and the animal cell, big vacuole and the chloroplast. So this is about the plant structure. Now come to the next page, the animal structure. In animal structure, you will see only one wall. So there are one wall that is called cell membrane. Then we have the nucleus, mitochondria, perioxium, rough endoplasmic reticulum here, and the smooth one, vacuole small, centrosomes, and microtubules, lysosome is here, and the Golgi apparatus, and the cytoplasm. So these are the main parts found in animal cell structure. Now come to the next page. So what are the major structures present in a cell? The major structures present in a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm and its organelles, and nucleus. So these are the main structures, the main parts found in a cell. And what is protoplasm? So protoplasm is the living unit of the cell, and protoplasm contains cytoplasm plus nucleus and the cell membrane. And protoplasm contains 80% water and other constituents like fats, protein, carbohydrate, etc. So come to the next page. First we will discuss about the cell membrane. So cell membrane is the outermost covering found in animals cell, but it is the second most covering in the plant cell. So this is a thin, pliable, elastic outermost structure which covers the cell. It consists of bilipid layer with embedded proteins that are integral protein and peripheral protein. So this is the outermost covering. When we see the cell membrane in an electron microscope, it looks like this. Then come to the function. Function of cell membrane is that it is protective in nature. It forms the outermost boundary of the cell organelles. It takes in food and excrete waste product, and it is selective permeability in nature also. That means it allows only the selected particles to come in and out, and it has the various other, basically it is protective in nature. Next we have the cell wall. So cell wall is not found in animal cell but is found in plant cells, and it have the structures which cell is in cell wall is not a living part of the cell, it is a non-living part of the cell. And cell wall is made mostly of cellulose. So it is carbohydrate made up of many sugar molecules. So cell wall is made up of cellulose, which is a complex carbohydrate. And this cell wall also contains the pectin, which is a starch used to thicken jams and jellies. So cell wall is very non-living unit, and it is made up of cellulose and also contains the pectin. Next, cell wall. Cell wall has several functions. It protects the cell and give it shape. It provides a cell with support, and because of the support provided by the cell wall, large plants do not need a skeleton. So cell wall provides a double protective layer to the plant and also provide the toughness and the mechanical strength. Then we have the cytoplasm, the thick gel-like semi-transparent fluid that is found in both plant and animal cell. The constituent part of cytoplasm are cytosol, cell organelles, and cytoplasm inclusion. It is bounded by the plasma membrane and contains many organelles in a eukaryotic cell, that is containing the nucleus. So cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance and it contains the organelles. So come to the cytoplasm and its organelles. So various organelles are found in cytoplasm. 1. Mitochondria. Number 2. Endoplasmic reticulum. Number 3. Lysosome. Number 4, Golgi apparatus. Number 5, peroxisomes and the vacuole. Number 6. So each organelle is bounded by a lipid membrane as a specific function. And the mitochondria, was first observed by the Kolliker in 1850 as granular structure in the striated muscles. Mitochondria are also called the powerhouse of the cell, and it looks like this: the inner membrane and the outer membrane, the filamentous in shape. The components of mitochondria are the outer membrane, the inner membrane, and the cristae and the matrix. The membranes are made up of phospholipid and proteins. Unit of the cell. It is important to maintain the proper concentration of the calcium ion, and energy transduction through respiration takes place. So that's why it is called as the powerhouse of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum, the next organelle. It looks like a network of tubular and the flat vesicular structure in the cytoplasm, and has the extensive network of closed, flattened, bounded sacs called cisternae, and the space inside the tubule is filled with endoplasmic matrix. So endoplasmic reticulum is of two types: the smooth and the rough. Smooth means no ribosome is present. A rough means if ribosome is connected, then it is called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now come to the function of endoplasmic. Synthesis of protein. It helps in the synthesis of protein. It is a protein segregation, and it also unsaturation of fatty acid takes place. Muscles construction takes place in this endoplasmic reticulum. Next we have the Golgi bodies. Golgi bodies is a collection of membrane enclosed sac composed of 4 or more layer of thin flat envelope. That's why it looks like a sac. It consists of multiple discrete compartments, and it has the various distinct region, that is the Golgi network, the Golgi stack, and the Golgi trans-Golgi network. It looks like this one. This is the Golgi apparatus. Now come to the function of Golgi. It wraps and packages. It is called as the wrapping. Wrapping means and the packaging department of the cell. It produces the secretion granules. It is a site of formation of lysosomes. So function of Golgi apparatus is wrapping and packaging, produce secretion granules, site of formation of lysosome, and add certain carbohydrate to form glycoprotein. Next we have the lysosome, the C-side bag. So these are the irregular structures surrounded by unit membrane. Irregular structure surrounded by unit membrane. More acidic than rest of the cytoplasm, and that's why it kills the bacteria and as well as the worn out cells. So it digests all the worn out cells, the dead cells, and the bacteria, and that's why it is called as, and it, even when filled, then it bursts itself. That's why it is called as C-side bag. So lysosomes are cell hydrolysis, and they function best at the acidic pH. Function: act as a form of digestive system or the cell, because enzymes present in it can digest essentially all micromolecules. It engulfs the worn out component of the cell in which they are located, and it also engulfs the exogenous substances like bacteria. And when cell dies, it causes the autolysis, and that's why the cell lysosome are called as C-side bag, because it itself bursts and kill all the bacteria, and engulf the worn out, old and the damaged cells. That's why it is called as C-side bag. Vacuole. Vacuole is prominent in plant cells, and it is known as the storage container for a cell. They store food, water, as well as the waste material before it is transported out of the cell. So vacuole also provide the turgor pressure against the cell wall. So it is big and prominent in plant, and it acts as a storehouse for the food and water as well as the waste material. Function: the main function of the vacuole is to serve as a storage container for cells. There are other functions also: accumulation of waste product, then the maintaining pH, isolate harmful substances, remove unwanted materials, and destroy invading bacteria. Next we have the ribosomes. Ribosomes are very small granules. It is present in two forms. freely dispersed form, that is in the cytoplasm, and attached to the REP. REP means endoplasmic reticulum as tiny granules. So when it is attached with the endoplasmic reticulum, then endoplasmic reticulum is called a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Function of ribosome: it takes part in the process of protein synthesis. So these are called protein factories. So these are the main parts. And there is another part that is called peroxisome, so which also helps in the metabolism and in oxidation. So that's all.